Solitude is not isolation. A lot of people now, listen to me, a lot of people hear the word solitude and it makes them uneasy. They picture being alone in a quiet house. They picture nobody calling. They picture being forgotten. That's not what solitude really is. Isolation is when a person feels unwanted, when they feel pushed aside, when they feel like they don't matter anymore. Solitude is a bit different. Solitude is chosen. It's a person stepping back on purpose because something inside them needs tending to. Now, a lot of folks later in life feel worn down and don't quite know why. They aren't always lonely, but they are tired. Their body feels stiff and slow to recover. Their mind never really rests. They lay down at night, but their body just won't relax into that deep sleep the way it used to or the way it should. Now, these overstimulated obligations, these crowded up habits that never leave room for you to rest, that's where solitude comes in. I've noticed this in my own life. When I'm always reachable, always responding, reacting, always plugged in, something in me gets kind of thin. And I'm present but not rested. I'm doing things but not recovering from them after I do them. When that goes on too long, pain just perpetuates and shows up, sleep gets lighter, and small things start bothering me more than they should. Everything gets on my nerves. And I don't think that's a personality problem. I think it's the effects of wear and tear. Now, older folks understood this without needing fancy words and all this stuff for it. They didn't call it solitude. They didn't label it. They just knew a person needed time alone, and it just needed to be now and then. It was just common sense to stay right to themselves. Now, a man might walk the land by himself at the end of the day. A woman, she just might sit quietly with her hands busy and her mind at ease, doing her knitting or cross stitching or sewing. Families settled in when the sun went down because that's when work stopped and rest began. Nobody thought that meant something was wrong. It meant the body and mind were in the rhythm, settling back, just kind of easing down. Nobody, today we mix up being alone with being abandoned. So we stay busy, we stay connected, we keep the noise going, just one thing to the other. But constant connection doesn't heal fatigue. Most of the time it makes it worse. When the body never gets quiet, it never fully recovers. When the mind never slows down, it never sorts things out. Solitude gives you a chance to notice things. Again, you start to see how light your sleep has been, and it catches up with you. You notice where pain likes to settle. You notice when your overall energy just drops, and what seems to help it come back is just not there. They just didn't get your attention before. That's why we need to step back. We need solitude. Solitude can feel uncomfortable at first. The body has been ignored. The mind has been rushed. When things finally slow down, everything wants its turn. That doesn't mean solitude is harmful. It means it's honest. Now, older thinkers believed a person needed that honesty to stay grounded. If your whole life is lived in response to the outside world, you slowly lose your center. When that happens, everything feels heavier than it should. Decisions are just so much harder. The day feels longer and just dragging on. Solitude brings you back to the center point. Breathing deepens, muscles loosen, sleep starts doing its job again instead of just passing time. Now, that's when simple supports start kind of helping the way they're supposed to. Everything kind of falls into place. Water starts to hydrate instead of just washing through you. Minerals stay where the body needs them. Potassium and magnesium help calm the nerve. Salt helps keep things balanced. It's not the poison. It's the essence of life. Rest feels restful again. Even faith settles in differently. Fear needs constant noise to stay alive. Faith grows best when things are just quiet enough to hear it. Solitude doesn't mean cutting people off. It means turning the volume down long enough to hear the truth come through. It's maintenance. Just like anything that's been used for a long time, the body and mind need clearing out once in a while. Now, not because they're just broken, but because they've been carrying a lot. Later in life, this matters even more. People start looking to you for steadiness, for the calm, for perspective. You can't offer that if you're always depleted. Health isn't just for comfort. It's wisdom. It's so wisdom has somewhere to live, and patience has a place to rest. So if you felt the pull to slow down, pay attention to that. You're not withdrawing, and don't feel guilty from that. You're taking care of it. Solitude is not isolation. It's choosing to be whole. Now, I don't have all this figured out, but I tell you what, I'm still working on it myself. And so I suggest let's work together and move forward on this journey. And I appreciate you watching. Thank you much.